Hi guys, I'd like to just tidy up a few little loose ends from the previous videos. Firstly, I'm running this desktop as the root user, the administrator. Now that is radical. That is very different from all of the mainstream Linux distributions, except for Puppy Linux. However, it is just a different philosophy. I am running as the root user, but the administrator, but applications can run non-root, that is their own user. Like Chromium browser, for example, runs as user Chromium. Also, inside a container, if you look at these containers at the top here, if I was to go into the Excalibur container, that first one there, I would have a complete desktop, again running as root, but it's crippled root. So it's root with a lot of the writes stripped out of it. And that's to prevent an intruder. If an intruder gets access to root, they still can't get out of the container. Root is no longer black and white like it used to be. Root is like a sliding scale. It's grey. You can still be root, the administrator, but you can have rights stripped out as much as you want. And that's what we're doing inside these containers. We still run as root. It has advantages running as root, even if some many rights have been stripped out. So that's just one little clarification. I'm running now as the root user. Now, if I wanted to show you something from the last video, I mentioned that in the DevX SFS, firstly, I keep using these initials SFS. SFS is a squash file system. We have these files that end with the extension .sfs. They are files that have a whole lot of applications packed into them. They're like a mega package. They've got lots of packages inside them. We have the easy.sfs, which has the entire EasyOS operating system inside it. Okay. We also have the devx.sfs, and that has all of the development tools inside it. And these can be mounted as layers in this overlay file system. Now, I mentioned in the last video that you can find out what extra files there are in that devx SFS. And if we go into over here, look at this window here, the root user, that root folder is the home folder for the root user, the administrator. So we go into there and we look in this .packages folder. The dot prefix means that it's normally a hidden file, hidden folder or hidden file. And I've enabled the hidden files to be viewed in this window. Now if we go into there, now you see this one here, devx only install packages and woof install packages. What this one is, this is all the files that are, or the folder, or the applications if you like, or packages that are in the easy.sfs. Okay, and we can have a look in there and you can see a whole list of what they are. We can just go through and you'll find CUPS, which is the printing system. There should be Genie in there. There we go, Genie, which is a text editor, and so on. So you get a complete list of what's in there. And as far as the devx SFS is concerned, this is this one up here. So we go in here and you can have a look down through there and you can see AutoConf, AutoMake, bin86, binutils and Bison, CLang, CMake and so on and so forth. All the tools that you can find that you might like in a development system. And you can see it's really extensive. In fact, it's 822 packages. Right, you can go all the way down there and Boost and CDIO, and it's got the works in there. And these are mostly dev packages, so they actually match what is in easy.sfs. If there is, for example, a libcrypt in easy.sfs, there will be a libcrypt-dev in the devx.sfs. And that is to enable, when you compile, you can link against the libcrypt by having this dev package in there. Okay, so that's more technical. So let's get out of there. So that's just tidying up one little detail from the previous video. The other thing I'd like to show you is, I want to keep this video short, but I wanted to show you one other thing. Notice this little box now, is the title bar is missing. Normal window has a title bar, okay, like this one at the top here. Now, it's possible to modify a window so that it has different levels of border or title or whatever you want. The way I've done this one, I thought it would look a bit more professional without the title bar, just a border. You can't even remove the border and just have the window without a border. And the way that's done is, in fact, I'll go to the website. The window manager is, let me see, you've got to be able to see me there somewhere. There we go. The window manager is called JWM. Okay, and that's what controls all these windows that you're seeing. And it's a guy called Joe who has created this window manager, and he calls it Joe's Window Manager. And you can find his information at joewing.net/projects/JWM. Okay, and there's a file called config.html, and what he shows in there is how you can specify features of a particular window. Now, what I've done, this is the GUVC view application, which is the screen recorder, not screen recorder, a webcam. Get that right. What you can do is you can go into the root slash, that little slash means the home folder. It's the same as /root, okay? .jwm, and in there you'll see another little file there, jwm-personal. Now, if you go into there, okay, I open that up with the Genie text editor. So I did a right click on there. If I do a right click on any file, it offers different things that can open it up. You can open it up in Chromium if you want to, for some reason, or Genie. It will only offer what are relevant applications to open it up. Like if it's an image file, for example, like a JPEG or something, it'll only offer applications that are capable of opening up a JPEG file. Okay, in this case, Genie text editor is relevant. So we have a look in there. This is a JWM configuration file, and it's getting a bit technical, but anyone can do this. What I've done is I've added in here, if you look down here, I've added this extra group tag. See, groups and then /group, and I put the name of the GUVC application, and I put in an option here, no title. And by doing that, when GUVC view starts up, the title bar will be missing. And that's where I got that information from up here, from Joe's configuration page. He said that you can have the name or the class or the name GUVC view, and in that you can have various options. And one of the options is no title. Somewhere in there there's no title. Anyway, wherever it is, title, no, there we go, no title. You could also have no border as well. If you don't want a border, you can change it to no border, and then there won't be any border. It'll just be this window without that little border around. The reason I want the border is because I can then drag it. I can resize it. Without the border, it's harder to resize. You can resize. If we have a look at that's the main one. I don't want that one. This one here, you can right-click and choose resize. Okay, but it's a little bit more tricky to resize it exactly using that method. You can minimize it too. If I hold on, there we go, minimize. Okay, back again, just by clicking on that in the tray. And to move this window around, so you can resize it. Okay, you can drag the borders. To move it around, what you do is you hold down the Alt key. This is actually a standard feature of the X server that's used in EasyOS, in that you can, if you hold down the Alt key and then press the left mouse button, you can drag the whole window around. And you can do that with any window. It's very handy. Sometimes if you've got a low resolution screen and you end up with a window that's bigger than the screen, you can drag the whole window so you can see the different bits of it. So just for example, if this was too big, say, and it's gone off the screen, no problem. You just push down the Alt key and then you can drag it back into. Sometimes the big window, the OK button or whatever is missing on the bottom, has gone off the screen. So this is how you can get the OK button back again. onto the screen. So just a few little interesting little tricks about EasyOS and just tidying up a few points. I think that's all I want to say this time. So I'll sign off, remembering to stop talking 1 second before I close the video. Okay, so I'll stop now. Oh, I finished the video and then I realised I wanted to say a few more things. So I'm going to have to record another video, which I'm doing now, and then use a video editor to join the two together. This will be a first because I'm not into using video editors at all. Anyway, continuing, I mentioned about editing this little file up here, root.jwm folder, and the file is jwmrc-personal. And if you have a look at it, I changed the contents of it to option no border. Okay, now that means the window, the JU-VC View application will display without any border. And that's what you're seeing now, which is probably looking quite good for presentation purposes. Okay, yeah, I think that looks quite good without the border. The disadvantage, of course, is I can't resize it. There's no resize border on it. But again, I can do it via the right-clicking in the tray. Now, what I have done this time also, you see over here, I started GU-VC View from the command line. Oh, one other thing up there. Notice I typed in jwm-restart. After making the change to that file over here, jwmrc-personal, to make it take effect, I had to restart JWM. And you can just do it in a terminal, jwm-restart, and that does it. The restart reloads. And this time, instead of starting JU-VC View from the menu, I started it from the terminal, and you can specify some configuration options directly on the command line. If you were to type JU-VC View --help, you can see all those options. And I decided to start it up with the screen resolution coming from the webcam of 640 by 480, and the render window, which is this one down here, the render window, again 640 by 480. I could have made it smaller, but you've got to be careful to keep the proportions the same as you're getting out of the webcam. And I didn't want any audio from the webcam recorded in the GU-VC View either. So that's what you're seeing right now. Okay, I think that's quite neat. I'm even tempted to make that setting inside JWMRC-personal as a permanent thing, because this looks quite good. Even with the border, it still looks a bit more professional. So I just wanted to add that little extra thing. Okay, so I'm going to stop again. And as usual, I'm going to stop talking 1 second before I click on that. Nothing else I can remember? Don't think so. So stop talking now.